Now, I'm not this. I wish there was more. I was more of a data analyst kind of a guy, and I knew how to do statistics and things, but I don't. But what I do know is that Tim Canova was definitely cheated in his race against Debbie Wasserman Schultz twice. They destroyed the ballots to cover up the cheating. So that stuff happens all the time. That's just one example. We know that stuff happens all the time. And so friend of the show, Fiorella, who does the Convo Couch with Craig Pasta, she says, I spent 9 hours of my life waiting to speak 1 minute on our disastrous elections in L.A. County and demanded the resignation of Dean Logan. Millions of ballots still left to be counted, and the issue of missing 17,000 vote-by-mail ballots still unanswered. So this is, why is it so goddamn hard to count votes? Why is that so goddamn hard?
Weird.
Isn't that weird? We still don't have the final count for California.
Hi, I'm Fiorella Isabel. I am a journalist and an observer, as well as an election integrity activist. I've traveled to Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, and what I saw here in California was beyond a disgrace. It was absolutely unacceptable, and it could have been entirely avoidable. In fact, myself and my co-hosts reached out to Dean Logan and Alex Padilla, warning them after talking to poll workers live on video, we have this footage, telling us that people were going to get provisional ballots, that the machines were not working, that the software was unreliable, that it was also not secure. The previous months before, last year in July, we attended a meeting with Jeff Klein, who assured us that, we were going from 4,000 machines to 1,000 machines, but that was okay because we would have 11 days to vote. Guess what? That isn't true. We went to several precincts. I believe we went to 9, and none of those precincts were equipped, maybe but one, and the computers are still in boxes. So that's the reality. Dean Logan must resign.
Thank you. Next speaker.
So, according to the UN, exit poll discrepancies exceeding 4% signify election fraud. So here's some of the... It seems...
All over 4, huh?
It seems like they're all over 4, Ron.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So, not only are the exit polls way off, but Bernie Sanders has won every single caucus state where votes are hand-counted versus electronic voting systems. North Dakota, Iowa, Nevada were all victories. American Samoa is the only caucus Bernie didn't win, but a fellow progressive did, which was... Bloomberg won that American Samoa.
Tulsi came in second.
Tulsi came in second there. And then he links to the exit polls, and so it makes me question my sanity, right? Because I'm like, well, if this was really that messed up, someone more important than me would be screaming about it, right? Wouldn't Michael Moore be screaming about it, or wouldn't Bernie be screaming about it, or wouldn't somebody, right? So that's what makes me go, am I nuts? Am I crazy? Is this all wrong? I don't know. What do you?
Well, they want you. That's this by design. We're seeing this is completely a rigged system. We do not have a democracy, and they want you and us to feel isolated, crazy, and alone. They want, and so they'll put stuff out there like, well, you can't trust polls, which we all know is true, but exit polls should not be double digits off. There's a plus or minus area of like 3-4%. And what's the UN talking about? Anything over 4%. These are double digit discrepancies. So they want us to feel like we've seen this whole manufacturing of Joe Biden's momentum. They manufactured it. So because they know there's a large percentage of people that make their decision the week of the primary or even day of.
Even inside the box,
Even inside the box.
Look what happened in Iowa. Look at Iowa. After Iowa, look what they did in Iowa. Would you ever trust their counting ever again? How many times did we catch them cheating and flipping votes? And it turns out that Pete Buttigieg was a major investor in the company that built that app. So how you could doubt, and we know the voter suppression is real. You can't deny that they closed 750 polling places in Texas. You can't deny that people were standing in line hours and hours after the polls had even closed. Why is this so hard in America to vote? Because they're on purpose doing that. That's why. That's why they're doing it. Because this is how you rig an election.
So are you suggesting that it wasn't just a coincidence that in Michigan, all the places that were underserved were like college campuses
Right.
and communities like
That's
that?
the Democratic Party doing that, right, Ron?
Yeah, and the rich communities were all fine. Like, that wasn't just a coincidence. That was
I think
by
it was a coincidence that of 750 polling places closed in Texas, the majority of them were working class
Right.
in precincts and neighborhoods of color. That's of course a crazy coincidence. Of course that's a coincidence.
I mean, the way they pick that stuff, a guy in Iowa flips a coin, right? Like, isn't that
That's
how
what
they-
I thought.
That's how they do it.
I thought it was like Tinder. You just swipe right.
So the big narrative after 2016 from the establishment was that the establishment did not rig the election. It wasn't rigged. They say that all the time still. Bernie lost fair and square. Hillary got 3 million more votes than he did, or whatever the hell they say. It wasn't rigged. Bernie lost. Bernie lost, right? They just say that now. Which because Bernie never made a case for it. Bernie never said the DNC cheated me. Bernie never said, look what they're saying at the DNC lawsuit. They're admitting that they cheat us. Bernie never mentioned Donna Brazil's thing. As far as I know, did you have Bernie ever mention Donna Brazil when she put in the book she wrote that she found out the whole thing was a big scam? That Hillary Clinton was actually running the DNC during the primary. That's how much of it was rigged. And so when we say it was rigged, then the establishment would call us liars, or they'd call us petulant children or whiners or babies who don't know how to compromise. We don't know how things work. We know how things work. You guys cheat us. That's how it works. And so it was it was damaging to Bernie's supporters that Bernie didn't stick up for us after 2016. It hurt. I heard a lot of people that he didn't even acknowledge the lawsuit. And so now, here's AOC. She says, I do not attribute the loss on voter suppression. Biden bested the night, fair and square. What the fuck? However, anywhere with a multi-hour wait to vote, whether in Georgia, Texas, Michigan, or anywhere else, is a problem. It's a problem. But it didn't affect the vote, so why should we do anything about it? I mean, if it didn't affect the vote, well, who gives a fuck? You want to fix a problem that doesn't have an outcome? Voter suppression primarily targets black voters and young people can be impacted. And I'm going to tell you what this is. What this is AOC bending the knee to the party. She's not going to say the party's cheating. She's not going to say the party's rigged. She's not going to say the party. She's not going to say anything like that. She's going to go fucking she's going to say, I support Nancy Pelosi for re-election. That's what she's going to say. That's what this is. This is servitude to the party. And this is a Bernie surrogate? Of course, Bernie's in servitude to the party. Bernie's not going to go in there and fucking lay waste to the DNC like Trump did to the RNC. And that's what this is. I don't know. I'll throw it over to my panel. Any comment on this? Does this hurt you as much as it hurts me?
It was so crushingly disappointing. And the thing about AOC that, that I liked about her is when she publicly went after Pelosi.
Pelosi? Oh, I'm sorry, Pelosi.
She publicly went after Pelosi for Congress. Remember that Twitter fight with Pelosi when the Democratic voted for Trump's border wall, and AOC was like, what's the point of having a democratically controlled Congress if we're not going to fight, we're not going to resist? And Pelosi talked down to her, and everyone, pats her on the head. When she endorsed Bernie, I was like, well, this is actually good, because all the identity politic neoliberals, they just got crushed, that they thought she would immediately endorse either Kamala or Liz Warren or somebody like that. But this kind of stuff, this is the thing. When a push comes to shove, she's not gonna resist. This change from within, I don't trust anybody within the Democratic Party. I just can't. I can't. Until they say quit. They gotta leave. And like Tulsi needs to leave. They need to leave and start their own party.
I agree with you. But they won't
you
do it.
cannot fix this from within. It's impossible.
They're not doing it. I agree with you, Graham, 100%. And if Bernie and Tulsi and AOC and whatever decided to start their own party,
it would be
it'd be huge. It'd be the most popular party.
It'd be huge immediately. And I said that 4 years ago, and now there's a lot of people. Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. We've been saying this for 4 years, and I'm not kidding when I say I'm not smart. Okay, I don't have a fucking master's degree. I don't have a PhD. I was a bricklayer. I'm a fucking comedian. And the point is, you don't have to be smart to see how fucked up this shit is. And that's why when people who I know are smarter than me do stupid shit, it makes me extra upset because I know they know better. Like when Bernie says Biden can beat Trump, I know he knows better and he's lying. And I know she knows better and she's just bowing to the party. Just like Bernie does too.
So what's she going to tell us to do? We'll just wait till 2024?
Just wait till 2024. Let him cheat us again. Don't ever call it out.
We'll get him in 2028, though. Then we'll retake then in 2032, when it's too late to change climate change, then we'll get it. Then in 2036, maybe we'll get it. Maybe
we fixed our election system, but bad news, the country's already underwater.
All right. So that's what we're gonna. Yeah.
Here's what Fiorella says, or here's what Sema Hernandez says to AOC's tweet. She says, "I speak from experience, not out of ignorance, when I say this. Voter suppression is one of the many reasons our movement suffered a temporary setback. It's up to real leaders to tell the truth and encourage people to keep fighting systemic oppression, not excuse it." That's excusing it. That's excusing it. That's saying it's not a problem. He went fair and square. Didn't have it. Don't worry about it. And then all this from here on out is just bullshit. Everything from here on out, all bull. Because that's the whole point. It's just tough, you put your faith in politicians, and that's always, I guess, a mistake.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's always a mistake. I mean, I think politicians are, guilty until proven innocent, really. And I think depending on what unfolds between now and 2020, or, now in the election in 2020, which it's not looking fantastic, I mean, you're going to have an entire new generation of people completely disgruntled towards electoral politics.
And AOC is going to tell you to vote for Joe Biden.
Well, of course.
Of course, right?
And at the end of the day, I mean, it is yellow vest time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been yellow
but
vest
time.
But
there's coronavirus now. We can't do it.
I know, right? We got to...
What a perfect time for the coronavirus, right around the political convention.
I know. So right now, iron the yellow vest. Get it ready.
Get it
good looking.
For the summer, when it's nice and hot,
and
when the
it's
virus
nice.
goes away. I mean, Ron and I
we
talked
got
about...
a couple months.
We'll bring the yellow vest. We go bring them to the beach.
There you go. I'll do that.
Go shut down the ocean.
You can protest at a beach.
I'll wear it surfing.
Everybody, the next live Jimmy Dore show is May 1st in Minneapolis, and then we're going to Chicago. Go to jimmydorcomedy.com for a link for all the tickets to all our live shows, and become a premium member at jimmydorcomedy.com/join. We give you hours of bonus material every week. Thanks for your support.